and welcome to The Broke Gardener. Today is April 12th. Yes, April 12th. And the basement is blooming. First of all, this is what I want to show you. Oh, you can't really see. I bought some rose plants. Gosh, this light. But anyway, it is all blooming. Not blooming. Growing, sprouting, you know, all the things. I don't know how to get this. Well, apparently that's how you pause it, not how you get it to focus, but all the things. And today is a very, very special day because today we get to show you there is no more snow. There's still lots to do. Two happy puppies. Hello. I did plant some seeds. I should show you from up here first of all. First of all, let's take a look around a little. This is my patio. Got a lot of pressure washing to do. A little basketball hoop. Oh yeah, you see that big project? Right there. How do I zoom? That big project? Yeah. That's gonna take up a lot of my spring, summer. I'm gonna get the garden planted first. Then I will move to the rest. Alright, this here, I just had to put up these fence. As you can see, maybe you can't see. Anyway, my dog has decided to till this up for me. Luckily, plants are resilient, and I still have my tulips are still trying to come up, along with the tiger lily grass I don't want. Another tulip. Now you can see they're kind of coming up early and they're getting knocked back by all the frost you can see on their little leaves. But they are coming up nonetheless. Got little stuff everywhere. Oh, look at that. I don't know if I've had these ones come up in quite some time, to be honest with you. Every year I get less and less tulips. I was going to plant a bunch of bulbs last fall. Never got around to it. I have some beautiful lilies that come up right here. But you'll have to wait to see them. And this needs to be raked out. But I just have like sedums and some hostas that haven't really done well because of this big maple tree. However, I just had this maple tree trimmed not last year, but the previous fall. So I'm pretty excited. These are all my lilacs. Oh, I should show you. Now my dogs decided all my sedums are coming up. Look at that. My little sedums. My dogs decided to get into this one too. And hopefully, I pray to God that they did not dig up my rose bushes. But I have too many rose bushes. I had planted dahlias. We got a really late frost a couple years back, right after I planted those dahlias. Killed them. They never came back. Really sad. I have a hosta right in the corner there. It gets real big. I got a lot of raking to do. So you can see I got a lot of yard work. My dogs keep digging holes. Yes, beautiful dogs. I gotta try to get them to stop. I'm not gonna go around this way because it's all muddy. Still a little bit of snow on the ground. Yes, yes. But we're working on it. I suppose I gotta go through the mud anyway. So like I said, I have all these lilacs. Beautiful, beautiful purple. There is one white bush. I'm hoping there'll be more white. But I would love to make some lilac jelly out of it. Oh, I think that would just be so delicious. This here on the corner is grapevine, which is where I bought a second grapevine. I always wondered why I never got any grapes. Thought it was really weird. Come to find out, grapevines are not self-pollinating. So that'll be pretty exciting. This garden bed, I've been trying to figure out what to do with it for a long time. Just been planting random annuals in it. And I have some hollyhocks, some black hollyhocks that grow right along the fence there. However, this year, I'm going to make this entire thing an herb garden. I decided to do an herb garden because I noticed when I put herbs all the way in my garden, which is back here, I don't use them. I mean, I go out and I'll pick the basil just to pick it and smell it, you know, when I go down to the garden, which is every day, okay? But when I do pick basil. I had some tarragon and some thyme growing in there, and some other stuff. I'm gonna try to find the best way to walk around this mud because today's the first day I got to wear sandals. How exciting. And shorts and a tank top. Anyway, so exciting. Can't use my driveway right now. We're trying to dig up all the mud that washed through the winters. But I'm gonna go down this way. Here I do have stuff that grows here. First of all, that there is a plum tree. It's a very small. Probably is not going to stay there as we're going to redo the whole roof on the entire garage and new siding. So I'm probably going to have to cut that down. It's pretty big. I don't think I can transplant it. I think the roots are pretty, but I'm going to look into transplanting it anyways. Seeing about transplanting it. Like I said, it's pretty big. I'm sure the roots are pretty extensive. We put up our trampoline today. Alright. We'll start with this garden here. My poor neighbors have a lake in their backyard. Poor things. And that lake will be there until at least July. This here is my fire pit. This year, I want to put pavers in it, like that, like them pavers there. I would love to do around the ring, build it up a couple, so it's a nice, you know, stiff ring. I gotta shovel this out, and I gotta pressure wash all this stone, and I want to figure something to do around it in the wedges, so I don't get things like that grow between them. I don't want to use a heavy chemical on them because here is my perennial garden. I have peonies. I just planted a bunch of bulbs last fall also in this garden, and I just actually did this ring that you see going around it. I did that last year because my dogs can't seem to stay out of it unless there's a ring, which they have this runner that goes all the way across to that tree over there. That's my house, by the way. Sometimes they go on it, but they also have a perimeter collar that does not allow them to go this far anymore. However, when I let them off their perimeter and I play fetch, I throw the ball this way. Oh, this is my compost pile, by the way. It's not a very good compost pile. I tried it for the first time last year. I also get wood chips every year, so I have a wood chip pile. These are pine trees, okay? So there are a lot of pine needles everywhere, which kind of concerns me, but this is the only place that I really wanted to put a compost pile because it's at the back of my yard. It's out of the way. I mean, so this is a wood chip pile here. That's just some dirt that I had dug up when I dug up my garden, which I'll show you another part of my garden last year. And this is scraps and stuff from composting and wood shavings, which I'm really confused where they came from. I was trying to look up in this tree and see if there's a woodpecker, but I don't see any holes from a woodpecker. That's the only reason I could find that there'd be wood shavings on it, but who knows. Anywho, this is an apple tree. Green apples. Oh, look. More wood shavings. Green green apples grow on this apple tree, and they are beautiful. I've not tried them yet. I'm hoping I will try them this year. I really want to make applesauce and apple juice. I'd really love to do. Okay, so this here is my very first ever garden. Oh, there was snow on it. Just this morning, actually, there was snow on it. Those are my Brussels sprouts from last year. Bunny. That never, as you see, I have drip lining. I never pulled them up. But this little fence has been here since I moved in, which I bought this house when I was 21, so 5 years ago. And this is where I saw this fence, and I thought to myself, what a perfect place for a garden. So I had myself a spade shovel, and I shoveled out every square foot of this garden with a shovel. Now I've been tilling it every year. I don't want to till it this year, but I do want to loosen the soil up. Now I'm going to work this year, and I'm really going to try to amend the soil with what I can, compost, worm castings, stuff like that. Make sure it's good and fertilized and whatnot, which I know I should have done last year, but you know, every year that you go into gardening, you just learn more. You know, when I first did this, I just had the drive to grow things. I was like, let's just put it in the ground and grow it, you know, let's grow it. And I've been learning more and more over the years about soil health and all that stuff. And so this is my first garden, anywho. This, oh, was it this? Or was it this? I think, this was my second garden. Okay, it was not this big. Okay, it was just like this back half right here. Which I did not have fence on any of this, by the way, when I first started. Until the rabbits started eating everything. Anywho, this is strawberries. And you can see them there. And then blueberry plants, which I'm going to move my blueberry plants or something. I don't know. I really wish I had an expert out here telling me, like, hey, put these here, put that there, do this. Because I really don't know what I'm doing. But I want blueberries and I want strawberries. And I knew blueberries need acidic soil. And I haven't. One of these blueberry plants is a year old. One of them is 2 years old. And I haven't gotten blueberries. Which the first year I found out they're not self-pollinating and you do need a second blueberry plant. But anyway, and here, last fall, I planted garlic, and then I planted onions, which I see these weeds have come up in here, and I don't know, I'm going to have to get in there and pull them out. But I do have, as you can see, this drip hosing, which I'm going to do more of like a square foot drip hosing, in a sense. I'm going to run more hosing in between these, just because I noticed that, well, this garden not so much, but like my raised beds a little bit more. I did notice that they were pretty, they could use more water than they did get. But these were, I put these in 2 years ago. I put these in, and this was just a little thing I did, and I had some scrap wood, I had some dresser drawers. So I made this in scrap tin. Ooh, you see that? Ooh, pretty rough, Yeah, these are getting rebuilt. I'm putting in a rectangle raised bed, more like these. I did these last year. These are my newest edition. I did these really crappy. I just kind of threw them in. Oh, I forgot my watering can up there. Dang it. Anyway, I just kind of threw these in, and as you can see here, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have put the boards on the inside, more like this one, but even still, the corners of this one, I did not do very well, and I still have soil coming out of them. But anywho, it was just, I'm not a carpenter, okay? I'm not a carpenter. So, and digging the holes to put these poles in was enough for me. But these will be redone next year. I'm going to use them this year because why not? Then these ones are getting rebuilt into better. I actually watch a lot of YouTube videos on building garden beds, and I'm going to do a 3-walled garden bed, raised garden bed. So it's gonna have this, it's gonna have this, and then this whole back is gonna be a garden bed too. Which, this is a hill. If you can't see, my yard is kind of like in a culvert, almost culvert, whatever. Kind of crappy. But I'm gonna bring these this way, and then I'm gonna build, like I said, 3-wall, and I have my whole trellis going on there. And this usually has beans, cucamelons, green beans and cucamelons, and what else did I put cucamelons on that side, and then green beans on this side, which I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be like majority green bean, and then peppers is gonna go along this side right here, because they will get the good sun, which I had put peppers in here last year, and they did well, but not as well as the ones that I had put on that back side of this one, because it got full sun. Where the melons, which is what I put on here, melons and cucumbers and like watermelons, Kajari melons, pickling cucumbers, I put Armenian long cucumbers, I had ticker melons, I had lemon cucumbers. Anyways, it was, just crazy. And then I had peppers all along the back sides, which this year, this is what I'm doing here, which is why I needed my watering can. Now, this is just a test, okay? I planted so much in my basement of these. These are cold weather crops. And I did plant some seed over there, so they should be fine. We're supposed to get a freeze this weekend, okay? Now, I don't know what that means for these. I don't think it's going to be so bad. I really don't. But we'll see. They are cool weather crops. Maybe they will pull out. Maybe they won't. If they don't, I'm not going to be too upset. They come up pretty quick. Like the snap peas, those actually germinate really well and really quick. And so does the bok choy and the lettuce hearts. They come up pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm hoping I can maintain kind of a cool weather crop in this side. Once the heat of the summer comes, I'm hoping the melons will shade them enough to have a nice, a decent, we'll see. I planted Swiss chard seeds down there. I planted also some lettuce just to kind of fill in the gaps too, some lettuce seed. I planted some more snap peas along this trellis, seeds. And then this is the newest addition. I put this in last year when I put these in. Now this is going to double in size, so it's going to come out double in size. And then I'm going to have a second one right next to it right here. That's going to come out probably as long as this one. It's not going to start as far as, see, this one comes all the way here, but this is so close to my garden bed that I want to start it, and my other plum tree, which I don't want it that close, because which I'm going to cut this plum tree. I'm going to prune it. I'm going to cut it up so it doesn't hang so far over my strawberries. Trim it back some, which I probably get 1,000 or better plums. Like, this whole ground is just full of plums in the fall. Oh, it's just crazy. You can't keep up with it, so I don't mind cutting it back. And then I'm gonna do a trellis towards the end. I'm gonna do some more trellises and some cattle panels for tomatoes. Usually I plant my tomatoes in that garden, which I'm gonna keep that more as like root vegetables and stuff for like my brassicas, my cabbage and stuff like that, which I can't get cabbage to grow to save my life, but I'm working on it. This was my corn and my squash and my potatoes. Now I needed just more room. I needed more room. I needed more corn. I just needed more. Okay, so that's why I'm going to put a whole nother bed in here. I'm going to expand this bed. I'm also considering expanding this bed here, making it go you know, like further out this way, you know, up here maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I want to do something with this corner because this corner gets so bad with weeds. It's just hard to manage. I want to like throw some wood chips down, cardboard wood chips, and just, you know, I don't really have a clue. I do want to put a little table out here this summer with a little umbrella or something, just so I can sit. But yeah, that's my garden. Not all of it actually, because I still have more. And I will show you over here. My beautiful garden this way. Yeah, guys, this is gonna take a while. Anywho, here we go. I don't like this at all. All right, so now I'm not saying I'm a professional by any means. I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in my 5th year, which is pretty good, you know, considering. Oh, by the way, this is a plum, in case you're wondering. Not from my tree, but I'm gonna eat it here whenever I get done. Anyway, like I said, most things I do, I'm experimenting. I'm just going with the flow. I'm doing what my heart is just kind of telling me to do, and I'm learning. And this is the biggest reason why I wanted to do these videos, is that way I can look back and I can be like, oh, hey, you did this and that did not work out. Better not do that again or do it different. Give myself a little, because I haven't written anything down. Really, all of it's from memory. And I'm beginning to learn that my memory is not all that good. So, I got a lot of projects I want to do around this yard, but yeah, it just takes time and money, that of which I don't have. So I'm doing my very best with what I have. You know, join me along my journey. See from scratch. One day I will have a homestead and I will be Jessica Sowards and I will have a bunch of babies on a beautiful farm with a whole bunch of animal babies and whatever else. But you get to watch me from year 5. Sounds pretty bad. But I am only 25, however, so got a long ways to go. So, this here is my raspberries. You can't really see them right now. Raspberries. Now, this is on the back side of my privacy fence, as you can see here, where my grapevines are. I don't think this was the best place. However, I bought a raspberry bush. I have not been able to get raspberries to stay alive to save my life. I don't know where to put them. I want to put them close to the house because I want to be able to pick them every day. Just like the herbs. You know, if they're not close to my house, I don't use them. So, being that my garden is all the way across my yard. By the way, can you imagine me hauling a dumpster full of water all the way down this massive hill to my garden? Year 1. Anyway. I want to put in a retaining wall. Not a wood retaining wall like this, but I want to put in a retaining wall eventually there. This is not my forever home. However, there are a lot of things I want to do with it. I want to learn. As Jessica Soward says, turn your waiting room into a classroom, which is what I fully intend to do. I have about 5 or 6 years till I pay this house off. And by then, I want to have lots of stuff remodeled, done up. I want to have this, you know, and even then, when I pay this house off and I can borrow against it to remodel it, whatever, sell it, flip it, whatever. Anywho, I want to put in a retaining wall. But for now, so I have my raspberry bush there. Not the best place. Like I said, I just threw it in. Sorry if I ramble. I ramble a lot. Really bad. Anywho. So raspberry there. I want to eventually, this whole part right here, I want to have raspberries and blackberries. And yeah, just raspberries and blackberries. There's something else I was thinking about planting here, but I forget. I also have, so I bought a fig tree, and I bought another tree, and I ordered a pear tree. Anyways, and my plan, I'm thinking, is to put them right in that open space there. I considered putting them along here, and maybe I still will. I mean, I do have like 3 different trees. I could put 2 over there, and I could put 1 here. Honestly, I don't have a clue what I'm gonna do yet, but I do know that dwarf apple tree. I'm pretty sure it's a dwarf apple tree because it is not that big. But I do kind of want to space them out through the yard, have them look nice. But anyway, I do a lot of talking. See this? This is just a muddy mess right now, and it just looks awful. I really do want to put a retaining wall this year for sure. I don't think I'm going to put in a retaining wall, but I am going to put in some steps going down the middle, wood steps. Maybe I'll take a couple bags of ready cement and cement the tops of the wood. Alright. But, you know, who knows? We'll see what happens. I for sure am putting wood. Whether I do the cement or not, I don't have a clue. But for now, that is my garden and my gardens. Now, I didn't really tell you. I told you what I had in them. I didn't really tell you what or where I'm going to put what this year. I have a plan. In fact, I used the garden planner that I pay for. Ugh, I don't like that. But I do definitely, I want to companion plant a lot this year. I want to fill my soil. I don't want to leave big open gaps of soil. Not interested in that. I don't want to hurt my soil. I want to heal my soil. Keep it healthy if it is healthy, you know. So that's kind of my plan as of right now. Well, yeah, I do want to keep the soil healthy. There's a lot I want to do. But I'm definitely going to do my best to keep my soil covered. Even if that means putting in cover crops like alyssum, I think is what you call it. Alyssum, marigolds, and now them are a lot beneficial, which I planted last year for the first time in my garden. I planted flowers. I had never planted flowers in my garden, and I fell in love. I planted a lot of zinnias. I fell in love with the flowers, and this year I'm gonna plant a whole lot more flowers, all different kinds of flowers. Anyways, planted sunflowers for the first time last year. That was amazing, and I just loved it. I just loved how blooming and pretty my garden was. Not only was it full of pretty flowers from the vegetables, but it was full of all kinds of different kind of beautiful, and it was pretty awesome, and I loved it. Well, I hope you all have a beautiful evening and enjoy yourselves. Goodbye. Until next time. And this is how she feels about going to bed.